Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my class, dear student. How are all? I hope all students are fine. Now I am going to start chapter 8 fraction. Here is some creative question. Now question number 1. Shobu's house is 3 divided by 8 kilometer to the west of the school. Mitu's house is 5 by 12 kilometer to the east of the school. Question number 1. How many kilometer is it from Shobu's house to Mitu's house? Question number 2. Whose house is nearer to school? Question number 3. And how many kilometer is the difference? Now solution number 1. How many kilometer is it from Shobu's house to the Mitu's house? Here it means school. How many kilometer is school from Shobu's house to Mitu's house? Here Shobu's house is 3 divided by 8 kilometer to the west. Mitu's house is 5 divided by 12 kilometer to the east. Now the school from Shobu's house to Mitu's house is 3 divided by 8 plus 5 divided by 12 kilometer. How many kilometer? That means the total kilometer is school from Shobu's house to Mitu's house. In here the LCM is 24. 24 is written as denominator of both fraction number. This 24 is dividing by the first fraction number denominator and get 3. This 3 is multiplying by the first fraction numerator and get result 9. This 9 is written as numerator for first fraction. For the second fraction, the LCM is dividing by the 12, that is 2. This 2 is multiplying by second fraction numerator and get result 10. This 10 is also written as second fraction numerator. Here kilometer, there is kilometer. Now here is addition. 9 plus 10 equals to 19 divided by 24 kilometer. Answer. The school from Shobu's house to Mitu's house is 19 divided by 24 kilometer. Question number 2. Whose house is nearer to school? Solution. Here Shobu's house is 3 divided by 8 kilometer and Mitu's house is 5 divided by 12 kilometer. Now I convert these two fractions with same denominator. 3 divided by 8, 5 divided by 12. Here LCM of 8 and 12 is 24. For first fraction, 24 divided by 8, get result. This result is multiplying by first fraction numerator. So now converting fraction is 9 divided by 24. For second fraction, this 2 is multiplying by 5 is 10. Now 10 divided by 24. So the converting fraction with same denominator, I get the new fraction 9 divided by 24 and 10 divided by 24. From previous class we learned that for the same denominator, the numerator is smaller, this fraction is smaller. So 9 divided by 24 is less than 10 divided by 24. Here 9 divided by 24 kilometer is the Shobu's house, is the Shobu's house. 9 by 24 is new kilometer of Shobu's house and 10 divided by 24 kilometer is new kilometer of Mitu's house. In here Shobu's house distance is small, so I can say Shobu's house is nearer to school. Answer is Shobu's house is nearer to school. And question number 3. How many kilometers is the difference? Here I will find the difference between the Mitu's house, from Mitu's house to Shobu's house, kilometer. So difference is 5 divided by 12 minus 3 divided by 8 kilometer. Here LCM is 24. 24 is written as denominator of both fraction. 24 divided by 12 equals to 2. This 2 is multiplying the first fraction numerator and get result 10. For the second fraction, 24 divided by 8 equals to 3. This 3 is multiplying the second fraction numerator and get result 9. Here is kilometer. 10 minus 9, 1 divided by 24 kilometer. Result is difference 1 divided by 24 kilometer. So, question number 2. Here a farmer planted brinjal in half part, cabbage in 1/4 part and flowers in 1/5 part of his garden. Question number 1. How much part of garden did he planted? Question number 2 is how much part of garden remained blank? Now solution 1. How much part of garden did he planted? Here is a whole garden. In here two vegetables and flowers are planted. Brinjal is half, cabbage is 1 divided by 4 and flowers is 1 divided by 5. Here is the total planted vegetable and flowers. So to find this, I do addition. A farmer planted brinjal cabbage and flowers in a garden 1/2 plus 1 divided by 4 plus 1 divided by 5 part. In here LCM is 20. For 3 fractions, this LCM 20 is written as denominator. This LCM is divided by the first fraction denominator. Get result 10. This 10 is multiplying the first fraction numerator and get this 10. This 10 is written as numerator for first fraction. For the second fraction, the LCM is divided by the second fraction denominator and gets result 5. This 5 is multiplying the second fraction numerator and get result 5. This 5 is written as the second fraction numerator. For the third fraction, this LCM is divided by the third fraction denominator and gets result 4. This 4 is multiplying by the third fraction numerator and get result 4. This 4 is written as numerator for third fraction. Part, here is part. Now 10 plus 5 plus 4 is 19 and divided by 20. Part is here. Answer is he planted 19 divided by 20 part in a garden. For the second math, how much part garden remained blank? Here is a garden. This garden is planted vegetables and flowers. 19 divided by 20, and blank part is here. Shall no 2. Question number 2 is here. How much part of garden remained blank? This is the full garden. In garden, planted vegetables and flowers is 19 divided by 20 part. How much part of garden remained blank? Let whole garden equals to 1. From previous solution, we get 19 by 20 part a farmer planted in a garden. Farmer planted 19 divided by 20 part in the garden. The garden remained blank. 1 minus 19 divided by 20 part. Calculation. In here 1 is a whole part of garden. That means this is the garden. Let's the garden 1. 1 can be written as 1 divided by 1. Here LCM of 1 and 20 is 20. So this 20 can be written 20 divided by 20. Here 19 divided by 20. Part is here, part. Now 20 minus 19 divided by 1 divided by 20 part. Answer is the garden remained blank 1 divided by 20 part. Here is question number 3. Riyadh sleeps for 1 divided by 5 part, plays for 1 divided by 10 part, and studies for 4 divided by 10 part of a week. He does other works in the remaining part. Question number 1. How much does he spend on sleeping, playing, and studying of a week? Question number 2. How much does he spend on sleeping and playing of a week? Question number 3. How much does he spend on studying and playing of a week? Question number 4 is how much more or less does he spend on studying than playing of a week? Now solution. Question number 1. How much does he spend on sleeping, playing and studying of a week? That means total work. Riyad's total works of a week is find out. Riyad spends on sleeping, playing and studying of a week is 1 divided by sleeping is 1 divided by 5 part, plus playing is 1 divided by 10 part, and studying is 1 divided by 4 divided by 10 part. Here LCM both fraction is 10. Now 10 is written as denominator of 3 fraction. This 10 for first fraction, 10 is divided by first fraction denominator 5, get result 2. This 2 is multiplying by first fraction numerator and gets result 2. This 2 is written as first fraction numerator. For second fraction, the LCM 10 is dividing by the second fraction denominator 10, gets result 1. This 1 is multiplying the second fraction numerator and get result 1. Here is 1. For third fraction, the LCM is dividing by third fraction denominator and get result 1. This 1 is multiplying the third fraction numerator and get result 4. This 4 is written as third fraction numerator. Here part now is written part. Now 2 plus 1 plus 4 is 7 divided by 10 part. Answer is he spends on sleeping, playing and studying of a week 7 by 10 part. Here is question number 2. Question number 2 is how much does he spend on sleeping and playing of a week? He spent on sleeping and playing sleeping 1 divided by 5 and playing is 1 divided by 10 part. Here LCM is 10. So 10 is written as denominator of both fraction number. This 10 is dividing for first fraction denominator. Get result 2. This 2 is multiplying the first fraction numerator and get result 2. This 2 is written as first fraction numerator. For second fraction, 10 is divided by 10 and get result 1. 1 is multiplying the second fraction numerator and get result 1. Here is part. So 2 plus 1 is 3 divided by 10 part. Answer is he spends on sleeping and playing 3 by 10 part of a week. Now question number 3 is how much part does he spend on studying and playing of a week? He spends on studying and playing here, studying for 4 by 10. Here 4 by 10, the denominator is same for both fractions. So here 10 as a common denominator. In numerator is 4 and second fraction number numerator is 1. So 4 plus 1 equals to 5 divided by 10 part. Here I can apply the division method. Common factor of 5 and 10 is 5. So 5 and 10, here 5 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5, 10 divided by 5. Here 5 is a common factor. By 1, 10 divided by 5 equals to 2. 5 equals to, is 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. This is the 5's times table. To know the very well of division method, every student should memorize times table. Now result is 1 by 2 part. Answer is he spends on studying and playing half part of a week. Question number 4. How much more or less does he spend on studying than playing of a week? That's mean more or less, there is a comparison. More and or less, there is a comparison or difference. So in here I apply the subtraction method. When a question is mentioned more or less, you should be suppose that you apply the subtraction method. So Riyaz spends on studying more than playing. because here Riyadh spent studies for 4 divided by 10 part of a week and playing is 1 divided by 10 part. Here studying in here Riyadh spends on his studying the more time and he spent the playing the less time. That's why I can write Riyadh spends on studying more than playing. 4 divided by 10 minus 1 divided by 10 part. Here denominator is same, so I can write the denominator 10. Now I subtract from 4 to 1 and gets result 3 part. Answer: Riyadh spends on studying more than playing 1 by 3 by 10 part of a week. This was the last one question. In lecture sheet, here is given some creative question. Every student should be practiced it well. Thanks to all.